All right, so here we are back again in the essential space with Jake Minot. So, in a previous podcast, we talked about floor care cleaning and maintenance and what we can do during this time when more schools and businesses are remaining closed or are operating at significantly lower capacity. Now, can you talk a bit more about what we might need to do differently when we are finishing the floors?
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges that the schools are facing right now is, some have opened, many have not, and the ones that haven't, that they're not real sure when they're going to go back. And as such, the floor crews or the contractor that's in charge of doing those floors, maybe they haven't been allowed into the school. So the durability of a floor finish, it really comes to the forefront here. And which product you choose is going to have a lasting impact on, the next couple of years with the uncertainty of schools. So the product that we're really kind of known for in the floor finish world, it's kind of our flagship. It's called Xcoat Nano.
Okay.
And it's unique again because we design, engineer, and manufacture all of our own polymers and crosslinks. We were able to design this floor finish. We actually have a patent on it.
Okay.
So nobody else has this technology. We came up with this technology and then developed the product to go along with it. So just for a quick visual, if you look at any of our other floor finishes except the Xcoat Nano, if you look at any of our competitors' floor finishes under a microscope, you're going to see that it looks like a chain link fence.
Okay.
Right. So if you can imagine, pick up a handful of dirt and throw it at a chain link fence, and what happens?
Goes right on through it.
Right. Most of that dirt goes right on through, and
Sure.
that's the same for most floor finishes on the market today. And that's why we have the need to redo our floor so often. Is because that dirt penetrates, and then as such, your floor finish walks off the floor. So now, if we look at Xcoat Nano under a microscope, what we're going to see is more like on a screened in porch. All right. So it's a much tighter weave. So if you pick up that same handful of dirt and throw it at that screen, what happens?
Well, it's going to stop the majority of it. Sure.
Yeah, some's definitely going to get through, but the majority of that dirt is going to bounce right off. And that's
Hmm.
the whole concept behind Xcoat Nano. How we were able to achieve that is we removed the ammonia from the
Okay.
product. So you get multiple benefits from removing the ammonia. Number one, the smell is greatly reduced. It has almost a sweet smell versus that pungent ammonia smell,
Okay.
which people love. We're also going to build gloss faster because ammonia is a product it was actually in old school strippers. So the point of ammonia being in a finish is it re-emulsifies the previous layer so that you get really good adhesion. And when you re-emulsify the previous layer, you're going to take a big dip in gloss. And then, of course, when you put your second coat on or your third coat on, that gloss is going to build. But not having the ammonia, we get a quicker gloss build than competitive products.
So, what I'm hearing is that every time you add a coat of something with an ammonia, you actually are lowering the gloss to make it better. So, you're actually dipping down to go forward. Whereas our product, it starts at the level that it was at and just adds to it. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. And then one of the other benefits to removing the ammonia is very slow to dry.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why whenever you put down a coat of floor finish, obviously the environment that you're in has a lot to do with it, how much humidity, what the temperature is, what the floor temperature is. But all things being equal, since we removed the ammonia, Xcoat Nano is going to dry in about half the time of whatever you're used to. If you're used to your floor finish taking an hour to dry, Xcoat Nano is going to dry in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we've effectively cut that dry time in half, which is huge for schools and contractors because then you can kind of get on with your day. You're not sitting there watching floor finish dry. You
Right.
can get on to the next project a lot quicker.
Compared to the competition or compared to what other floor finishes are out there, what does it take to apply and to scrub and recoat? Talk a little bit about what the benefits are of applying this finish.
Yeah, so the application is incredibly easy. I mean, it's just like any of your other floor finishes. I get the question a lot, with the added durability that Xcoat Nano provides, can I get away with applying less coats? So in a school setting, let's say we typically apply 5 coats. The question I get is, with Xcoat Nano, can I maybe apply 3?
Mm-hmm.
And what I tell people is stick to what you're currently doing. So if you're used to putting 5 down with your current product, you still want to put 5 coats of the Xcoat Nano down. What it's going to do is it's going to extend that longevity. So we're not necessarily reducing the amount of coats that you're applying. We're increasing the longevity of when you're going to have to redo that floor again. We've got schools right now that, using this program of the Xcoat Nano, the Citrus Scrub and Shine, and then the Blue Concentrate as the daily cleaner. Before we introduced this program, they were stripping every single year because their finish was just getting beat down and completely walking off the floor to where there wasn't very much left. With this program, what we were able to do is extend their strip outs to a 3 to 4 year cycle. So they went from stripping every year to stripping once every 3 or 4 years. And again, it's this combination of products that we've been talking about. These products were designed to work in unison to give you just that, extended strip out cycles. So I've got schools where at the end of the school year, they're able to go in with Citrus Scrub and Shine and restore those floors instead of having to either top scrub them or strip them, which saves them just an incredible amount of time. So they're able to get on to other projects that they usually can't do. Maybe they can do some detailed work, leaves more time for disinfecting, which we know is going to be key moving forward in these school settings. So
Right.
just kind of provides you a whole host of opportunities that you can get to, since you're not having to devote all of your resources to your floor care program.
Fantastic. Jake, as usual, you have given us tons of information on how to improve the school situation and what we can do to help. If there's any other questions or anything out there, if anybody's listening and they want to pose a question, please put it in our comments on LinkedIn and we would be happy to pose the question to Jake or to our other experts. We'll just keep continuing this conversation. Jake, before we go, is there anything else that you want to add? And then we'll end with that. But tell us if there's anything else that you would like to add today.
Yeah, so I mean, when we're talking about a floor care program today, obviously we've talked about Xcoat Nano, which is kind of our flagship. It's our universal floor finish. If people aren't really sure what they want to do, that's the product we lean with. But when we
Okay.
go in to meet with a customer, the thing we're really looking to do is we're trying to match a floor finish to their maintenance program. So, whether they perform maintenance 3 to 5 days a week, or whether they don't want to do any maintenance,
Sure.
that's gonna gear what floor finish we go with. So we try to tailor these floor care programs to our customers. There's not necessarily a one size fits all that you can plug and play in any scenario. So we really try to be true partners with our customers and come up with the best program that's going to fit their needs. It's going to fit their resources, maybe the skill level of their floor care crews. So above and beyond that, not only do we tailor these programs, but we also provide on-site training, which is available at no cost and at any time with our partners. Again, we want to make sure that our finishes are looking the best they possibly can. So the way we ensure that is we come out and help train your crews and make sure that they are as knowledgeable as possible when it comes to making these floors look as good as possible.
Great information. We look forward to continuing the conversation. And we look forward to seeing you again. And again, if you have any questions, pose them in our LinkedIn comments. And we look forward to the conversation. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.